why do Kenyans keep embracing Nigerian acts? Because this is a discussion.
Why are you sighing?
We have had this discussion.
You both have no right to sigh about.
Wait, hold on. When did we lose the right to sigh?
You lost the right to sigh because you know exactly how the machine works and how it got to that level.
Yeah.
The background for like why when we're talking about this is the Techno Miles show.
Okay.
So Techno, the artist everyone knows.
Chinese phone maker.
Yeah. He had a show in Kenya and it didn't go very well.
It never goes very well.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'm not knocking camera guys. No, I'm really not hating. But when's the last time there was a concert in Kenya by any artist that isn't Kenyan that went well?
That's Damian Marley.
Okay, yeah, no, but you see, I don't know.
I wasn't there, but I had
Damian Marley is African.
Damian Marley, the richest prize. We're not going to address that, Chikolai. We're not addressing that at all. Because I feel there's more there that we didn't get told as far as the snap was concerned. But then again, who am I to dwell on a person's use of people are catching emotions out here. We're just grabbing feelings, we're not catching them anymore. So,
anyway.
Well, the Damian Marley, there's also the reggae concerts have been doing better than pop concerts.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. Okay, I'll single this out, and I feel bad because this is going to be on YouTube, and Nigerians are gonna start just picking on this. When's the last time a Nigerian artist came to Kenya and it went well?
It's gotta be somebody.
And again, let me just get this out of the
selfishly,
quick.
I have one.
D-Bar?
Let's finish.
Oh, okay.
Was it good? I don't know.
I don't know, but see, the thing is, I didn't hear.
It faded away too quickly, so I don't think
but
so.
it's like his career, man.
No, wow. Clutch power. Jeez, that's not what I was going to say, but
the bile has been found, okay?
That was God. Frigid. Put an ice effect on that thing.
I know the wall fell, but God,
I'm sure he just tripped on whatever he was walking over. It could have been a marble floor, guys. But
frozen Tarus out here, God.
Yeah, no, that was cool. But no, I think the thing with the band is I heard more about it was girls talking about look at homeboys. Sexy flexy ass,
What?
But it wasn't. I didn't hear anything about like that was
the concept, the performance that exists. The only time I think I personally, mainly because I posted the thing, bashfully, self-promoting myself, was the Boom Bata Festival back in 2000, and I think it was 2013.
Okay, so
Ice Prince had a great show. Davido did a shit show, but Ice Prince performed and the crowd loved it.
Okay,
that's the last time I actually saw like
that's a one-off,
and that's
every 4 years.
Years ago.
So it's one hot performance every 4 years.
Oh God, that's what you did there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
when we're on that as well, where is Ice Prince?
Hey, people are around to have some downtime.
My God, yeah, counting money. That guy. You know how Naira is voluminous. It's not like dollars where you actually
it's like Naira, some rand.
Like you have to shove.
Gotta stretch that thing up. He's still counting his money.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's what he is. But if not, I mean, wherever he is, just come back.
But to pull back from the digression that we've been doing for this past few minutes, I think the reason why it's so big for having Nigerian acts perform here maybe is because the media machine has been pumping a lot of cash into our media machine. I think the payola system here is very strong and alive and kicking.
Yep.
And
I'm not sure many people will get what that
payola was. This thing that was like it is to pay for play, basically.
Yeah.
Like if you want your song to be played in certain prime time periods on certain radio stations, basically the biggest and hottest radio stations at the time, you pay a certain amount to the radio station itself, and they play your songs as aggressively as they have to.
In many cases,
So who pays Kiss Person?
The mystery that will never be so. If you know, please put in the comment section who pays Kiss 100.
I'm avoiding that because at some point we might yo.
Yeah.
Nah, hey.
Don't say anything.
I'm not scared of this.
Okay,
I'm not
just
scared of this.
What?
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you in spirit. So,
I'm not scared of you.
no, I'm with you in spirit just because I have business and things going on. So,
I'm scared.
I think I agree with you. It is mostly the machine, but then it's also so you have to look at it like the how concerts happen in Kenya in many cases is that brands pay for them.
Yes.
Right? And if a brand is paying for it, then they tend to be kind of, they have some clout.
Yes.
In our case, we're looking at, well, in this specific case, we're looking at Telcom?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, what happened is previously on Kenyan concerts, big companies like Coke, big companies like whatever, companies that felt like they were international.
Yeah.
I say felt like they were international because you can't really be in a market and then say you're not selling American Coke, you're selling Coke to Kenyans. Yeah. Anyway, but that's not knocking Coke. It's a delicious beverage. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. So actual Coke.
There's a Coca-Cola bottle somewhere with that. So no, what I'm getting at is that the international aspect of it makes them feel like because international artists are more popular, make more money, more successful, blah blah blah, then they have more appeal and more value. If I was a brand, like if I were a brand, and okay, since I am a brand, but if I were a bigger brand, and I had the type of humility. Let's all kids be humble. So if I were a bigger brand and I had the type of capital that I was looking at doing a show that involved getting a whole stadium locked down and it involved getting all the security and all the marketing and all the, who am I going to put on stage? And just keep this in mind. Profitable Kenyan artist, profitable Nigerian artist.
You gotta go Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because profitable Kenyan artist, unfortunately, is
Sauti.
or I mean, look at the people who end up in concerts all the time. You end up with the same type of guys. It's your Red Suns, your Namelesses.
Yeah.
15 years later, like those guys are, let me not hate, but it's the same cycle of people. Yeah. So what type of value do you bring to the audience? Unless you're really in tune with what's happening underground. But at the same time, for brand positioning, if you're that big, your Safaricom, Coca-Cola type brand,
Fair enough, but I have another angle.
You reach down, you go and say your point. You know you're dope. We're gonna put some money behind you.
To prove how much we know you're dope.
Because
leap of faith or proof of concept.
Yeah, exactly. You need proof of concept because at the end of the day, that concept is going to fly by some CFO's desk, and that CFO is like 65. That nigga doesn't know shit.
Okay, but then I have another angle to look at this. But let's just bear with me this particular train of thought.
Go ahead.
Wouldn't you say we brought this on ourselves? In the following sense.
Okay, go ahead.
I agree.
For years, telenovelas were the thing.
Okay, I see where this is going.
And when the telenovelas thing kept on becoming bigger and bigger, a time came when all of a sudden we found out that TV stations found out it's almost as cheap to put Nigerian content on television.
I see where you're going.
As this kept on going, you now find people on everyday lifestyle. People are talking a bit slowly but surely. I've seen people dropping a little bit of like patois, the Nigerian patois, just here and there, just swinging it into everyday conversation. I know I've been guilty of it too. Now, if that was the Trojan horse, what stopped local radio stations from having radio presenters pretend to have Nigerian accents who were not actually Nigerian? What stopped Nigerian artists?
Okay.
I'm not slick. Hey, I have nothing against a person making money by acting.
Word.
If I have to pretend to make a few coins,
Actor.
I can be Mexican on a movie if I have to, with no Spanish in my system whatsoever. Anyway, so after all this is said and done, we've done, and I think it was almost a decade of doing that, and we still do that. I bet you, if somebody's sitting in their house right now watching this thing on YouTube, they probably have links showing up right next to them like clickbait that has Nigerian content on it.
But this is the thing, and this is now where it becomes the second aspect of this. As a brand, if you're looking at working with an artist, part of the reason you pick that artist is because there's a proper machine behind that artist. Yeah, so when going back to my profitable Nigerian versus profitable Kenyan.
True.
Proper machine.
Yes.
This is a guy who could not perform.
No. I didn't say there was a proper artist. I said
That
there was a
which
proper
made
machine.
him become
He
this
has
proper
a manager.
artist.
He has a distribution channel.
Okay.
He gets radio play.
Okay.
He has online marketing.
He's got A&R, he's got all that.
Even, I mean, and this is something, again, not throwing any shots at specifically techno, but a lot of artists have done this, and I have been in settings where this is done. If you really want to book a concert, buy Facebook fans, buy Instagram fans, buy all that shit. Buy views on YouTube, buy all that. And then
Because it's
see how
possible.
And this is what I mean, is how many Kenyan artists put that money behind themselves. The other day, well, let me not throw another name under the bus, but there's someone who did that and it worked really well for them. Yeah?
Kenyan.
Yes, Kenyan. Okay. And this is what I mean by how many people invest in their craft. How many people put a machine behind them? How many guys have a manager who they're willing to pay, enough that that guy is willing to spend money to make sure that
Their brand becomes something worth actually paying attention to.
yeah. It's like,
So it
So
goes
the
back-
machine also kind of works against us, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
in
the machine
in the
or
Kenyan
lack
case,
thereof,
yes. In the Kenyan case, yes, because we don't have a system there, and it's very easy to blame your MCSKs and blame whoever, but the blame ultimately falls on not
we don't
buying Kenyan.
Kenyan shit.
Yeah. And again, it's a chicken and egg problem, because like when we're talking about Kamula, part of the reason I knew the album was going to come out, I never knew when it came out, was partially because the promotion missed me.
Yeah.
Which again means how thorough is your promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to some degree, this is where the question comes in of how many professionals do you get involved. Remember the Sauti Soul album when it came out, and it was like every light box.
Yeah.
You could not have
Every
known
light
that
box, every
album did
billboard,
not
and
come.
every highway.
Put out that stupid album. Let
That
me just
album?
double-check that. Put out that album, and he had cutouts in like Nakumat, when the cutouts were holding the CD, so you could see. There was an effort in distribution.
Yes.
Tell me where that effort.
I can't think of anyone else whose album I have seen, and apart from
I'll give you somebody else, but it wasn't an album, it was a mixtape. But he didn't go like, I'm gonna be all up in on TV stations and or billboards or all that. He went in the technique that he's been using forever to sell his material. The artist formerly known as Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Okay, but you see, that's the thing. He has a machine behind him, because you can't ignore that guy has a big company that's sponsoring pretty much all his shows. Like he has money that's going into it. You're pumping money. You're investing in yourself. I think the other one I was going to say was, to some degree, when when you have a machine, you also have a plan. Just a Band had this thing with, which album was it? I won't say sorry for the
delay.
Yeah. But the one that you could buy the album as a card?
That was the last one we released together.
Yeah, it was like a card.
I still have mine.
Yeah, I still have mine. And it was a link, and you go and download it, or you scan the QR code, and it was something like that. It was
actually based upon that. It was innovative, and actually it felt like a momentum. Like you wanted to have that card.
Exactly.
And the advantage Just a Band, I think, enjoyed before they all parted ways and started concentrating on what they specifically love, is their fans
shout out to them.
Were active.
Yeah. But they knew their fans. That's the thing, they knew their fans and they knew them well. Which, again, shout out to you guys. But they have a very close relationship with their people, so they know that type of thing will work out, and they leverage it to make sure. That's how you get Blinky being able to go and do the Red Bull thing. They leveraged everything they could. They put effort behind not just making the music, but also selling it. I think
selling, marketing, and making it an event in it of itself.
And I think that's where the Nigerians kind of beat us. If I have to answer that question in one sentence, is the reason they do better here than we do is they try harder.
Yeah. I also agree with that.
Yeah.
To be able to actually compete, as far as even having people want to pay you figures that you actually claim that you're supposed to be paid, we have to move away from the mentality. This is just personally, as a guy who tried out the music thing, it didn't really work out for me. Sometimes you have to be able to be patient enough to actually reach a level where a person says the tax bracket you're asking for to be paid in is actually worth paying you that. You can't just wake up to, you want your cake, you want to eat it, you want the oven that made the cake, heck, you even want the flour shop that actually sold the flour to make you the cake. You can't have all this.
It's the same mentality that goes into small businesses. It's just, you have to make a loss for a while, and nobody wants to make a loss. That's just where we are.
So not only buy Kenyan shit as far as Kenyan music is concerned, to promote the artist sometimes is to actually buy that guy's actual work.
Yeah.
Sometimes the concert, if it's a concert he says he's actually doing, go for that concert because maybe he actually put his money on the line to do that.
Exactly.
Even if a corporate interest is also involved, great. But I'm sure every artist who actually knows what they're doing, there's some form of merchandising involved. The only way you can actually change the tide and actually make it more Kenyan music played more than the Nigerian music as far as the Kenyan radio is concerned, buy Kenyan music.
Yeah, and I think something we need to say, we're not bashing Nigerian music. Nigerian music is good.
We mess with it.
Yeah, it is that sometimes,
Kenyans,
like we need to have...
Because I bet you don't have as many Kenyan songs playing in your side of town.
Yeah.
Please, definitely not.
Yeah.
I have a question though, as we sign out. Who should be, like, if we ignore the artists that are currently getting all the stage time right now, which artists do you think should be getting stage time that isn't? Comments, like everybody, drop the comments down below.
I'll give my opinion later, because
I think point
he has an opinion for.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
But
I've got feelings.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's it for this week. If you like this discussion, like, share, subscribe.
Comment,
Yeah, and see you next week.
Yeah.
Ready.